Bas. This is Dee, and I'm on day 5 of my cleanse. You probably noticed that there was no day 4 check-in of my cleanse, and I'll explain why. um, so this is 4 and 5 for you guys. I feel like maybe I got over a hump on Sunday, which was my 3rd day. Prior to that, I was so stuffy, really stuffy. My stomach was okay, but there was a lot of mental things going on. I felt like extreme heat sometimes that I didn't even mention on my other videos because I guess I was used to, or I just didn't think it was worth mentioning because it's something that I go through sometimes. But in those last 2 days, today and yesterday, I didn't have that occur, so I realized it was probably part of my cleanse happening. That I was feeling these things like this heat emanating from my body, and as I was going through things. So I still have a little bit of stuffiness or really mucus coming out of my body. So that's kind of crazy, but it is what it is. I'm happy it's coming out, and so I've been dealing with that. I haven't had the whole tongue darkening thing that I read about or anything of that matter, but I have had some sores that I read are associated with this as well. That's a little bit uncomfortable. So otherwise, yesterday I had a great morning. It was my 4th day. I had a great morning. I spent it out in the garden tending to some of my plants, and I spent a good part of the day out there. I got up and did the salt flush, and then went out there, and I had a pretty great day out there. But I finished the work that I was doing about 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I came in to my room where I am, and I started trying to just kind of hang out, answer emails, look at social media, and it just wasn't doing it for me. I got a little stir crazy, probably because I've been kind of planning myself here with so many different things that, yeah, I got a little bit like, I need to get out of this place. So I made a little plan. I did need to go to the grocery store to buy more syrup. So I went ahead and took off, and actually ended up staying out until almost 1 in the morning. Just kind of on a vibe, and going where I knew people were. My friend had a show going on, and so just my mind was just like, it's been disseminating a lot of things. So I just didn't want to be home going through that, or just sitting in my room. So I went and I sat out at this open air market in front of this Whole Foods, and stayed there for a couple hours. My friend came and sat with me on a whim kind of thing, like I said, and then I ended up down the street somewhere else. So it was pretty interesting also that I didn't feel hungry, because I was out there probably from 6 till after midnight, out without anything besides water, of course. So that was interesting to go through, but nothing crazy major. Today was about the same. I took an extra day off of work so that I could just still kind of, feel up my way around this whole thing. I have to say that the saltwater flush, which is because you're only taking in this lemonade mix, there's nothing that is there to make you want to go to the bathroom besides pee, but to actually make you want to, have a bowel movement. So you have to induce this, right? So before I go to bed every night, I'm taking the traditional medicinal smooth move when I go to bed, and then in the morning I have to do the saltwater flush, which is dreaded. It's the worst part of this whole thing so far, is that a quart of water, lukewarm water at that, with non-iodized, about 2 teaspoons of non-iodized salt, or you could do 1 tablespoon. I found 2 teaspoons to be more effective for me. And then you kind of have to wait around for this thing to kind of kick in. So I'm drinking this laxative tea at night that has me waking up kind of on the dot at like 5:30, 5:45, no matter what time of night that I take it. And, I gotta go, and then not even maybe 30 to an hour later, I'm having to time myself because I will have to go back to work tomorrow, and I do have to make sure that I'm not super late. So I've been trying to train myself to be up early to handle this bowel movement thing. So 30 to an hour later, I have to be up again downing this lukewarm, horrible water, and it's not easy. I tried to do it in one take, but it's really impossible to do because just the warmth and then the saltiness is disgusting. I kind of just try to phase my brain out and I get through it, but I have found that I have to sit there for at least 10 minutes to try to get this thing down. So that's been the hardest part, but I've been determined to do it. So actually this morning when I was doing that saltwater flush, my mom had Good Morning America on, and there was a woman on there who just completed going across the Pacific. She landed in Florida. She was a 60-year-old woman. I'll look the name up and put it down here. But I was watching her as I was trying to drink this water, and she had attempted to do this about 4 other times and had been unsuccessful. And she finally made it at 60, and she was being interviewed, and she told Robin that she had a mantra that kept her going throughout the whole ordeal, and she said, "Find a way," was her mantra. Find a way. Sitting there trying to down this horrible mix, thinking about the fact that I have 5 more days to go after this. And I was like, hell yeah. Find a way. So figure it out. Never ever give up and keep going, because I'm seeing what it's doing to my body in a positive way. So I haven't talked that much about that, but I will and can. And I know that this video does very little justice for me to show you how I've changed. But aside from the detoxing of my body and my nose being kind of stuffy, because of it, I have been dropping weight. I had my family hide the scale for me because I don't want to be jumping on there every day looking at that, because it's not the real reason that I'm doing this. But it has been an exciting side effect of this, is that I have lost weight, and I'm aware that I have, because my clothes is falling off of my body, and also my skin, the elasticity of my skin has changed. I feel like there's a little bit of a glow going on, and really the weight loss, that the places just throughout my body that have been taken off, this weight has made me feel more comfortable in my skin, of course. And I noticing little things, like when I walk, these things that I was used to carrying with me, that I was used to jiggling on me, have actually are not there any longer. And it's been, technically 8 days since I started, you know, easing in and started this whole thing. So it's been awesome to have this experience of my body also changing. And so, by the end of this, I feel like I will have a little bit more, feel a little bit more comfortable in my skin, and things that only chubby girls could understand about, holding a pant waist when we're standing to make sure it doesn't roll down, and, being careful to buy shirts that are too little like this because our whole arms are showing and everything. So, to kind of feel like, actually something that has helped me get closer to where I want to be, and that I haven't been able to get through eating differently and through exercising, that the detox is helping me do. And I really believe that it has to do with these old eating habits that I had for about 25 years of my life, that were still hanging around inside of me, ailing me because they've been there for that long, that were holding me at this certain place. So this detox has been phenomenal for that. Mentally, I feel great. The people that have reached out to me, checked on me, and everything like that. It's interesting to see how people move around you. I've been open to it, and I've been loving no matter what and where and how. And I've just been learning how to listen to my body, and it's so interesting when food is not an option anymore, and the other things that you have time, energy to do. And I'm interested to see in another 5 days how I feel, how I'm thinking, and most importantly, how I'm going to decide to start eating. Because the main thing was that I wanted to detox myself of this 20 plus years of toxins. But I'm seeing that this is something that I want to continue on. So now it's deciphering the best way to make those things happen. So again, I have my Taste of Life book from Supreme Design Publishing, and I've been looking at other different recipes and just things that interest me, things that I want to be able to eat that are kind of easy, accessible, and I'm looking forward to being able to do that with my baby sister that helped me with my ease in, and that's going to be helping me with my ease out process. And so my videos way over time that I like to do, but this was 2 days worth of things. I think I'm over the hump, and I'm excited to see what else comes. And I hope that you guys are all doing great out there in all of your endeavors as well. And just like Homegirl said, find a way, never ever give up, and catch you tomorrow.